Yeah, we like soft undies.
I'm hungry. I'm starving.
Oh,
I
yeah?
miss dinner.
Yeah? Do you wish the podcast was over so you could go eat?
No, I wish I brought something to eat.
What would you have brought if you had planned ahead?
Chips.
We all know the answer to that question. Now, as a vegan now, how do you get your nachos? You do the vegan nachos?
I do vegan nachos, but I do vegan cheese.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Vegan cheese is kind of a drag.
It's getting better. It's getting
Is it?
better. Yeah. I mean, everything's getting better. Like Beyond Burgers and are fantastic. I don't melt vegan cheese. It just doesn't taste as good. And but it's I still love it. I still eat that shit. Eat that shit. Fucking stupid.
I went and had a chat with Kevin Smith, who is basically vegan now because he just had his first heart attack. I don't want to. I'm not going to wait. I'm not scheduling more heart attacks for Kevin Smith.
Didn't he almost like?
Yeah, he almost died.
He had like a huge total we didn't talk about that much because I figured he's been talking about that forever on his podcast, but
it was really.
But
sad.
he's 2 years older than me, and he was never a heavy drinker, but now he's just going to go vegan, and it has nothing to do with him caring about animals. He's just like, they told me I have to.
Yeah.
It's like all this meat and stuff, and then he's like, yeah, then my friends are like, oh, what are you, now that you had a heart attack, you're going to be like this kind of person? And he's like, no, I ate meat for 47 years. It was a good run. I'm going to I'm going to go vegan because of this thing happened.
What was his? Oh, so you almost died because you weren't doing something, so all of a sudden you're going to start doing it now?
Yeah, what are you, a pussy?
What, you were thrown 80 feet from a car wreck and you're going to start wearing your seatbelt all of a sudden? It's like a really weird, people love to put people down, so it's not surprising.
Also, I'm sure there's not a single person we could pull up that they're like, yeah, that was me. I was Kevin Smith's friend that really tried to shame him. Yeah. I'm sure he was just kind of collectively feeling
that would be true. Kevin Smith still has all these friends that just bully him. That would be amazing.
I wonder what that's like.
That guy's a big Rob Schrab fan, I'll tell you that. Fucking talk to Kevin Smith about Rob Schrab.
I like Kevin.
Most of the time.
He's been very nice to me.
Did you talk about Robot Bastard?
No.
Okay.
I was like, can we move on? And he's like, what's it like working with Schrab? I'm like,
I don't know.
I don't know. Dumb.
And
he's like, no, come on. It can't be that dumb. I'm like,
it's not dumb.
Prove it. And he's like, prove what? I'm like, fuck you.
Schrab, what do you want to do with Kevin Smith? It sounds like you could collaborate.
Hang out with him instead of Dan. No,
that's on the table.
That's so weak and lazy.
It's a low.
No, I every time I see Kevin, he's very, very nice. He's actually a big reason why I did the last 4 issues of Scud, because somebody sent me, oh, Kevin's talking to you on on the forum. Remember forums? He's talking to you about you on the forum, and he just wrote like, hey, I love Scud, and if Schrab never wants to finish the book, it's okay. I just respect him. I think he's good, and
I got
whatever.
I got the whole shebang right here.
Yeah.
Did you buy that somewhere?
Is this a new release, Schrab?
It's a new edition of the whole shebang, which came out in 2008. This is the 4th reprint of it, and it's got a new cover.
It's got the whole. It's hefty. It's like the OED or the
it's like over 800 pages. I'm hoping I can do a Kickstarter this year for the 25th anniversary to maybe do, I don't know, I'm going to regret saying this, but a color version of the whole book.
I think Scuds, I'm not talking shit about comic books. I just never got into them, but I think Scuds are the only comic books I've read like cover to cover.
Oh, well, thank you.
And because I know you, because you gave them to me, but they're so well drawn. They're so good.
Thanks.
How do you do it?
I don't anymore. I don't do anything.
1 issue a month. Like, we would all hang out and we'd smoke weed and drink and do whatever we were doing, but then
unlike now,
every once in a while Schrab would be like, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna go work. I'm like, what are you working on? I'm working on a thing. Like, he didn't want to, like, open it up to us and, like, talk it out and invite, like, all of that maelstrom. So he was, like, for at least a month, probably several months, because you probably weren't doing a page.
Maybe like a month and a half.
But, like, going home and, like, Bob Cratchit, like, fingerless gloves on your kitchen table, you're, like, drawing a page of a comic book. And you weren't, it wasn't, like, running around telling everybody, I'm going to do a comic book, and it's going to be about this and that. And never said anything about it. Just would go home every night and work on it, and then one day unveiled that while the rest of us had been not understanding our prostates, that he had made this comic book on his kitchen table. Very interesting.
Yep.
Interesting behavior.
Yeah.
Delayed gratification, they call it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I got it. Yeah.
So what would it be like if Kevin Smith had friends that were like making fun of him all the time?
I don't know.
I thought you were asking.
Was I?
Mm-hmm.
Let's check in with Spencer.
Okay.
Thank you.
What do you think it would be like?
I think it'd be a little something like this. Hey, stop leaving me alone. I already gave you a copy of Tusk. Like that.